My name is Hanson. I'm from San Francisco. I've been doing photography since the late '60s. So I've been around, and that's all the change. I was always fortunate that I enjoy photography. I was in the medical field, but I didn't like that because people cough at you. That's not what I didn't enjoy. But I started out as a nature photographer. You see me out in the street fair selling photographs, can't pay the bill. Just can't pay the bill. So I started photographing people. And people, slowly, you start low, you get a little bit better. But one day I realized I hit my peak. The question is, how am I going to learn more? There was no education. I will walk around a photographic studio. I get my camera and take pictures of other people's photographs. Because there was no photographic book, there was no internet. And that's how I kind of get, okay, he did that. I would go to Hallmark card. I look at this romantic card and this posing. I copy that. I was pretty poor when I was young. I would drive to a church, drive around looking for a church. There's a wedding. I put on my suit. I walk in as a guest. I'm the original wedding crasher. So I walk in. I sat there and I watched the photographer. Then I follow him to the part. I watch him how he shoot. After a while, you start recognize people. They have the same joke, the same tree they go to every time. And once in a while I get hungry, I get to the reception, I eat too. I mean, I did from the bottom up. But I did one thing really cool. We started attending seminar. And I said, wow, education. And I got better and better. So after a while, all my investment, I was single. All my investment was in education, finding different photographer, different style. And that's how I started learning. So I'm going to share with you some technique that to me worked really good. I love this photograph because it's a younger picture when I was too young. But look at the lighting, it's coming from behind. That's what you hear like. That's what really unique about my photograph. There's a lot of lighting from behind, and the sun just bounced off the wall. And that is a very simple, clean photograph. I am sponsored by Canon. I've been very fortunate. I do about 25 seminars a year for Canon. Sometimes I say I can't do it. I'm just overbooked. Canon have different division of speakers. I'm specialized in people photography. My title called Joy of Photography. Even if you're not making money, isn't photography a lot of fun? Nothing wrong with making money, but at this stage of my career, I think it's a lot of fun. Look at this photograph. Very simple photograph. The sun's behind. That's how you get the hair light. That's the magic of Hanson, the hair light. One flash to the far right. If you look at composition from the left, it walked right into the subject and walked right out to my digital bird. Does it look good? Yes. If you're a grandma or you're a mom, would you buy this from me? Yes. Okay, you stand next to me with your little iPhone. Can they shoot at 200 millimeter? No. Can they see what you see? But what I had was electronic flash to the far right. I had a round Lumidyne flash. Round, instead of this is rectangular. So a round flash, what I did is I lift like this, so I get natural vignetting. I don't get what we call blown out. So another thing good about backlighting, because people with the camera, they could stand next to me and they can't take this picture. So here's what I did last month. Look at the two beautiful child. The parents, it's hard to say no when they see something like this. Now, forget about the child. Doesn't the door look pretty good? So people say, how do you do it? I say, I find pretty background. Because I was a nature photographer. I just add people into it. But I knew the lighting wasn't right, so I had a flash bouncing through a translucent umbrella. Keep it very simple. And never wear white when you photograph children, because they might think you're a doctor. So when you photograph children, you have to talk like a child. You have to smile. And don't look down at them. Get down on your knee. So mom's watching me. Click, click, click. So now, again, people got a little bit older. Same, different kind of door. You notice how I use the door to frame the subject? This is called composition. So I'm doing one of my favorite poses called Gone with the Wind. My favorite movie, Clark Gable looking down, Olivia Vance looking up. This is Gone with the Wind pose. You look at the legs. The leg is what creates movement in the body. Good photographer always position the body to the background. So you look at my body right now, she's doing an S curve. She's looking up. The man is tall. He's doing S curve. Instead up, look down. And this is how the body connect. But without the people, the picture's pretty already. Same pose. This is where I live, San Francisco. Exactly the same pose. When you have tall people and short people, I always make the shorter person look up. I always make the taller person look down. This is where he proposed to her. So this is where I photograph. Now, this is where people jog. I see other photographers photograph, click, click. Always look at the head. Make sure it's a neutral location. You don't want a tree branch sticking out. You want something very neutral. Keep it simple. So one thing I tell young photographer, now photograph this. I watch him, just click, click. I said, okay, bend your knee. Why? The angle's here. Sometimes the angle's up here. Don't get, so the best way to learn how to see is one of my teachers, Astro Adam, he got a, what he does, he carry like a card, an aperture card, a card with a square in it. He'll walk and he's bring it out, it's telephoto. It brings it to you as wide angle. So I learned to see without the camera. You see young photographers, oh, that don't look good. So they zoom out, but you just get a little card, you zoom in, zoom out. I learned that in 1970. It still works. As they get older, young people like have attitude in their photograph. You know, they're sticking their hand in the elbow, crossing arm. That's what young people do. So you have to photograph things that what they want. The flash is on the far left. It's not connected to the camera. A lot of times shooting is remote control. I have a product called Pocket Wizard or the Canon 600 RT, which is a transmitter built into it. So the secret of Hanson phone, a lot of times the flash is not on the camera. You want what we call a highlight and a shadow. As they get a little bit older, look at a young man. He got a very narrow face. The lady who's dating have what we call oval face. Now, I add light behind, we call it edge light. It added weight to his face. But he was proud of his arm. So I had the same light to hit his back of his face, hit his arm. So by adding the light here, I make his arm bigger. He got a narrow face. I make his face rounder so she doesn't look so big. Ladies, you want to go on a Hanson diet? You eat all you want and you're still going to look good. The secret is stand next to a bigger person. You will look small. How hard was that? Think about that. But light add weight. So by using light, I added weight to his arm and his face. So here's a photograph we did about 2 months ago, two sisters. When they reach a certain age, they still love each other, but how do you connect them while hugging? So by leaning to the back, I shot this with a 7200 Canon f4 lens. Guess where the sun was? Behind. And the reflector, when I talk about the 30-inch reflector, all I had was one reflector bouncing. This is how you catch the sun to the reflector. Exactly right behind, bing, just one reflector. What's great about backlighting, all your photograph won't burn out. You can see layer and layer of color. This is the best way to get color is when the sun's behind you, not in front of you. Now, make sure you have a lens shade, because you will get flare. So, I love this photograph. This is one of the images submitted to Canon. For every year, as part of Canon Explorer Light team, every Canon had to send 6 images. It doesn't matter how good it is. It has to be good, but it better be sharp. What you mean by sharp is that they could enlarge it 4 by 6 feet and still see eyelash. And you know how you get that? It's called tripod. Yeah, it's great to click, 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 click. You enlarge it 8 by 10, it's not a problem. When you start going like this size, it's called camera movement. So I do carry carbon fiber tripod. I use an Endura tripod. I do recommend carbon fiber because sooner or later it get heavy. So close your eye and pay. That's a good investment. Buy a lightweight, strong tripod. So here's an image. This young lady, you see it's artificially lit. The sun's going this direction, and light came the opposite direction. What made the photograph unique is that I shot this with a 24 millimeter, the 24-105. The camera angle was below her stomach line. I shot upward. You see how the column going upward? By shooting upward, I elongated her body. Ladies, you wear heels for the look elongated or short? Is that for comfort? Mm-hmm. Now, this only works if you don't have a double chin. You have a double chin by shooting underneath, you can see that double chin because she's young. So all she did was called C-pose. You look at my body, I step back, I just turn. That's how I create movement. So I just shift the body and turn and click. So I'm very good at directing people. The secret of a photographer working with people is how you communicate and how you talk to people. Fashion. Again, I always mention that you start with the leg and go upward. She got big hip. So if you look at my leg, this is the widest point of a woman's hip. And all you do is cross the leg and you're half the size. Then you put the arm to block more of the body. So by they call it Virginia Slim pose. It doesn't work with women with short leg because it shortens the leg a little bit, but it hides a lot of her hip. So I would do, it's like fashion work, but I treat my client like fashion when they are young. My favorite lighting, window light. 1960, had no money. Stand next to a window. So basically there was a big window there, but I added a video light right behind her to create that light from behind. So that's the style that I like to do. Keep it very simple, fun. Again, window light. Put a little what we call grunge around it, because that's what young people like. And that's in their video light behind to light up her hair. Same thing as why you see these LED light. If I turn so you can't see it, but if the camera right here and you photograph me, my hair will be glowing. Same concept. Everybody loves window light, but I love the third dimension, and that's the lighting from behind. Technology, ISO 6400, 2 video light, 1 in the back, 1 in the front. This is what the new camera could do. The 5D2, I could probably shoot up to 1600. The 5D3, I'm shooting at 6400. Your camera is a computer now. It focuses quicker, you shoot high ISO. So I always tell young photographers, camera's good enough is good enough, but don't buy old camera because technology keeps changing. Let's say the 5D3, once you shoot with a 3, you will never shoot with a 2 because it's focused so much faster and higher ISO. And the flash talk to the camera. So video light, I love video light. Again, this was on a tripod, click 6400. And I like to show texture. So get the light off your camera. If you want to learn lighting, the fastest way to learn lighting, have a friend standing here and move the light from right to left. And you see how it changed the way a person looked. And I would demonstrate that left. So very economical, 2 fans from Chinatown, $5 and $2. Because you have to have props sometimes. And I just put a Canon flash with a little color gel and 1 studio box, click. Pretty simple. Guess what? She is very pretty, but her face is very wide. I don't know if you noticed that. I put a very hard shadow. Look at her eye, right? You cannot have the shadow cross her eye. The shadow have stopped right here. So even though she have a wide, beautiful face, I put a shadow right there. Now, if I did a flash on camera, her face can turn round. She's not gonna be happy. So once you understand highlight and shadow, where to put the shadow will create slimness. Light will add weight. So I did this with studio lighting because I have a modeling lamp. I can go exactly where her eye is and then chop it off and put a shadow there. So that's another thing what you see in photography is where we put the shadow. Look at her eye. There's no teeth. This is called a Mona Lisa look. When you look at a person and she just smiles, I call happy eye. Do people feel comfortable in front of the camera when you aim? Now, what happens if someone aim a camera at you? What do? You smile, right? Now, I'm gonna give you a real quick test. Count of 3, I want everybody to smile. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Smile. 1001, 1002, 1003. When does it start hurting? Really? When do you feel a natural smile?
As soon as you stop.
After 1 second, say 1.25 seconds, that's max. Then the smile is phony. You hone your smile now. Come on, take the picture. Take the picture. Take the picture. And again, that's where your better camera focus quicker. There's no what we call lag time. So as I'm photographing, and I'm flirting with her, click, click, and her teeth shut. No, just be happy with your eyes. Now, the younger people here, when you're dating, do you have a boyfriend or husband? Any single people here dating? You're dating. Yeah. Just remember when you were dating, and you hold each other's hand as you're walking, then your stomach feel nice and warm. Your whole body have energy. Do you remember that when you were young? God, I got an old crowd here in that. Tough crowd. This is like Rodney Dangerfield. This is a tough crowd. But I would tell you, if you remember that time when you're in love, there's a lot of warm feeling. You're having that romantic dinner. If I look at your pupil, your eye is actually dilating. If you just look at, let's say you see young people, look at the eye. You see the pupil open up. So as a photographer, they have to feel good about you. I'm talking, and I'm flirting, and I'm communicating, and taking a photograph. But this is the most strongest look for a woman, just her eye. This is called Birdman. That's a mosquito net. You look at all my photographs, there's always a highlight in the face, and there's always shadow. Now, so this is a beautiful light source for this photograph. Then I want to do a close-up. So I say, sit down on the floor. I say, sit on the floor and look up. I want to use his shoulder as the background. I did not want to see anything that's white, because I want the whitest point is his eye. So this is why I'm talking about when sometimes you're photographing here, sometimes you're photographing here, sometimes you photograph down here. So practice, practice, practice. Because once you have a base of knowledge as you're doing a job, similar to what I did 2 years ago, similar to what I did 10 years ago, you start putting knowledge together, and that's how we call experience. Now, how many people do weddings? Don't do weddings. It's the most brutal combat photography you'll get into. It's not easy. I remember when I was young, I still do wedding. This year we did about 9 weddings. Guess what? I'm famous for wedding. But I'm slowly drifting away from it because I can't. It's brutal to do wedding. But we were photographing this. I saw a triangular shape in the background. I understand the body language, and I know how to move the body. So all I did was do a pose, put hand up here. I create a triangle in the body to match the background. What you don't see here is a flash behind her, so the veil doesn't turn gray. So even this old guy, does my picture still look young enough to compete? I had to compete with these young people that charge nothing. So I had to do things that are different. This is the wedding I did last year, the current president of PPA, Professional Photographer of America. I had to do what we call my friend here, Rudy, Steve here. So this is a Canon 5D converted to IR. I love IR, which is infrared, so it's all black and white. The secret of IR, people say shoot in bright lighting. Yes and no. By having the sun behind, you look at my IR picture, there's texture. Where you see other picture is all blown out. So the sun is behind. I saw the swan came, my assistant throw rock. I go click, 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 and Canon use this one in an image. Because if you can ask me to repeat this again, can't do it. Can't do it. So you capture moments as a photographer. People say you can't do picture with fisheye. Well, here's a fisheye lens, my 15 millimeter. You could bend the tree branch to shape into the face. So that's called frame inside frame. Now, as a photographer, people say, you live in San Francisco. I hate to say this, San Francisco, it is beautiful. You ever come to San Francisco in the summertime, please bring a jacket. When that fog roll in, it's not going to be warm. You look at your iPhone, the temperature say blah, 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 but they don't tell you how much moisture is in the fog. It stick to you. But they always say, I got a lot of great location. Well, look at this location. The beauty is in the body. There is no location. But you see how I line up the tree, top of the tree, lead right into her. So same thing, I can move the body to the background. She got beautiful legs. I asked what we did an engagement photograph. She said, I like my legs. Okay, cool, because I see the outfit she's wearing. So on the wedding day, I did all the classic image. I said, let's do something fun with your legs. She loved this photograph. So are you open-minded, or you say, this is the way how you do things? I'm very open-minded. The key thing is I always talk to people. I talk to people. Say, if I were looking at your husband and wife, how long you been married?
25 years.
Okay. When he proposed to you, do you know where it was? Yeah. Let's say, if you came to my office and we do a photograph, say, let's go to a special place where he proposed to you. Photographer always take you to their favorite place, the beautiful part. You got beautiful Central Park. We always take people to a beautiful place. But what's beautiful is the spot that you're going to tell me to go to. I did one engagement photograph, and they were telling me I proposed to him in Madonna. What? Say, I put a diamond ring in the French fry, and since I heard that, I say, let's go there and photograph. It's meaningful, only to them. Everybody else might laugh, but I would say, ka-ching, I could sell that photograph. A successful photograph is what you sell. That's simple. So you look at this photograph, look how much shadow and highlight there is. The face always had that beautiful highlight. But a white dress is the roughest color to photograph. Guess why I'm wearing black? Because it make me look thin. White is just hard. But understanding shadow and highlight, as long as you understand how to control it, you can still look good. Leaning toward each other. A lot of times I get people touching, see the hand is touching, I say lean toward each other, look at her eye. How often, when's the last time you look at your husband or your lover close up? Not used to that. You're looking, and suddenly they freeze, they breathe, they smile, click, click, click. So you got to learn how to say the magic word by not saying it, by physically getting them relating to each other. Simplicity of the face. I had an opportunity to study with a legendary instructor named Monty Suker, and he showed the beauty of the face. So there's no background here, so I made a point of photographing just the face. You know Monty, you met Monty. But simplicity of the face. So everything say you have to be complicated. It does not. The beauty of the face is so good. The vampire bite. If you're a wedding photographer, you got to at least do one vampire, because it's popular right now. What's popular also is shooting into the sun. My wife here, we were photographing a job last week. I shot right into the sun. No, I shot perfect exposure. Then I walked to the sun, and I shot into a sun flare. And she said, why you did that? I said, that's what's popular. Go where the money is. I'm sorry. They want the sun flare. It's not that hard to do. So I did the same thing. But this is still very popular because people like it. They don't want to see 10 of this. They want just one. Mood. Can you see their face? Can you feel the passion? So what I did is that, again, I remember my date, before I met you, honey, my dating life, we take a young lady out in a movie. This is one of Hanson's favorite movies. Come on, girls, you felt that move before, right? So I copied that pose, and I remember she just leaned her head, but they blend in. So I said, close your eye, and I pop a flash, and I create that aura. I create illusion. That's what I do. Just take about 15 seconds to do. So it's one photograph in the wedding story. Everybody teach lighting from the front. Everybody do. But very few people emphasize the lighting from behind. And this is one of the images that's lighting from behind. It creates mood. The secret is put the flash on the groom's side, because the white veil will always pick up all light. You have to tell your assistant on the groom's side and raise it up a little higher so you rim up top of his head. The veil will always pick up every light that's possible. But the black head, you need to, on the groom side, raise it up, and you have to be about 8 to 9 feet away. You can't bring it too close because you need the light to wrap around. This is natural light. I did this image for Canon. At that time, we were promoting the new 50D. Guess what? I went to my favorite pose, Gone with the Wind pose again, where the woman arched her back, but her arm was brought back to show how thin her waistline is. The man had to lean forward. Where's the light coming from? From behind. It's bouncing off her chest. This is breast lighting. So you look at her chest, that a wedding dress is a reflector. If I turn the other side around, would the black tuxedo reflect light? No. So you understand the principle that anything that light will reflect light. So he's look at his face, it's bouncing off her dress. And make sure I put the head as neutral as I can so the window pane doesn't hit the head. And I like this image. A few years later, same situation happened. The sun is setting. I had two large people, silhouette. Shadow will create slimness, but I let the sun bounce off her dress to light up the groom. So I see the same scenario. I could say, okay, I did this, I could do this and do this. But I have to, my assistant have to drag those two chairs to the stage ZBrush. That was create texture. I didn't want a flat beach. So they are sitting very uncomfortably. But I'm trying to create a heart shape. And they lean toward each other. But having the stage brush to the right, that creates texture. So that's an element that you have to look at in composition. My good friend Raphael, I did her daughter wedding. Look at the hands. Doesn't that show relationship? Now, what I'm known for, position the body called triangle. So you see the photograph, it's just triangulate down this way. Posing is very hard. Now, from 3, I show you 4. They call it the Nike swish. Can you see the swish? Yeah. So it's really just the same triangle, but I just add one person. Same pose. You can see it. Now I add one more person. Here's your triangle. Here's your Nike swish. Here's another person. Once you build a system, you don't worry about it. Okay, let's keep adding a bigger group. Now, look at this group. The concept is the same. Same triangle. Here's your Nike swish. Here's a soft triangle, triangle. So people have a problem putting bodies together, and that's coming up live. I'm doing live demonstration later. How to position body if you're interested. I'm going to show you how to make anybody look good. So family group is not that hard once you understand this.
What do we focus here?
You focus 1/3 in because you have always more sharpness to the back. Your camera should be always focused 1/3 in. If I was the face, I was in the center, there's a second row back here, focus on the ear. Unless you have enough depth of field. So here's outdoor. Vertical triangle. You see the same concept. You see the Nike swish again, kind of. Now, this beautiful young girl was running. No matter what I do, and, you get them out in the park. So I say, Daddy, put it on top of your shoulder. She can't move anymore. You can't, anything that you have to learn, can you look in the sun and smile while squinting? No. So when you photograph in the sun, just put the sun behind you. Now, I have to use 1,000 watts of flash. Now, does 1,000 watts of flash sound really a lot? Yes or no? Guess what? I had to go through umbrella. I lost 2 stops. So from 1,000 become 250 watts. Unless you want to shoot it raw, hard light, or you want soft light. Ladies, you want wrinkles or you don't want wrinkles? You tell me. How's that for an answer? You want wrinkles? No wrinkle. Soft light have no wrinkle. Harsh light, you will have wrinkle. So that's how you have to think sometime. Or young people say Photoshop. Minimum Photoshop. Now you look at a gentleman on the far right. Why is he on the hill? He's short? Does he look good where he is? Always make the person pay you look good. Is there any question about that? Oh, look at that beautiful young girl on the dad's shoulder. How high is her credit card limit? Does she have money? Who gonna pay you? Make sure that person look good. That's the Hanson golden rule. So you understand, but generally everybody should look pretty good. But it's the lighting from behind again that create that walk in the park look. Soft lighting now. I have no sun. You look carefully, you can see a Nike swoosh, triangle, triangle. You got the dads in the front, they are wearing black, which is good. The most important person in this photograph is it children, is it dad or mom?
Dad.
Okay, guys, you think of the dad, you're not in the game. It's always about the woman. Make the woman look good. Okay, gentlemen, when you came to this seminar, how long did it take you to get ready? 10 minutes? Ladies, when you go out, how long did it take you? A little longer than 10 minutes. So you are more conscious how you look. So this is the golden rule of photography. Make the person look good. Pretty simple. We rate body as A and B. A is small, B is bigger. Now, look at mom. We put her behind dad. It's called blocking, so you don't see that much of her. Does she look good? This is mom right here. Does she look good?
Yeah.
I did my job. Make mom look good and you win in life. Kids, they got no money. As long as they have a nice expression, make mom look good. But you see the composition is uneven height. There's nobody exactly in the same height that's next to each other. Okay, same family. At a certain age in their life, the families still love each other, but they want their space. So the children, you know, the body is not connected now. They have their own space. Young girl cross the arm, the guy's doing like this, but look at mom. I am liquefying as I'm shooting. I don't do it in computer. I just position where she looked in. My last living teacher, a gentleman named Al Gilbert, he always taught me foreground. Something in the front, subject, and background out focus. This is done with 200 millimeter. But it doesn't look like it. Your lens control your background, how you make the background look. So, mom looked good, I did my job. Now, I photograph mayors. Same thing, the camera is invisible, it's on a tripod. I have one flash in the back, a flash to the right, and a window. Now, look at his hand. As I was positioning his hand, click. I use a product called Camera Ranger. Does anyone know what that is? Camera Ranger is a portable Wi-Fi. I don't need to find Wi-Fi. I am positive B&H have it. It's a little Wi-Fi. I take the first picture. He came in, click. The lighting was set up perfectly already because he told me I had 15 minutes. The chief of staff said, you got 15 minutes. I'm shooting this for charity. This is Orlando Mayor. Click. Instead of taking it out, my camera showed the LCD. Like,
Oh yeah.
showing the LCD, which is nice and big. It was transferred to my iPad. In 3 seconds, I show my iPad. I said, Mr. Mayor, do you like this photograph? He said, I like it, but I don't like the way, I need to show my wedding band. Guess what, guys, check out Camera Ranger on the website or ask B&H. It's a portable Wi-Fi that could transfer your image to your computer or iPad. So now the mayor looking at 8x10 image, and he pointed out that he wanted to show his wedding band. When you do corporate work, and the man tells you something, you listen. So I didn't know why, because technically that's not correct. In posing, body is always called show leg and show hand. Where you put in front. That's how I was trained. In corporate world, if they tell you something, you better do it. I found out that he's running for re-election. He wants to show that he was married. Okay, I didn't know that. But he liked this photograph. And the key thing was this. I was able to show the image in an iPad. He looked at it, it's different. So, very simple. Look at the plant. It's the proper height. He's too short to reach and lean into podium. He's standing on my posing block. I'm gonna teach you next. I actually carry these. When you're not tall enough, I'll make you tall enough. So I raised and lowered thing where he could lean comfortably. Otherwise, his arm was way too low. Just imagine like this. He's perfect, but he's like this because he's not tall enough. So I had to raise him up so he could do like this. You don't see the bottom. Well, as long as you don't see the bottom, he looked good. The seal of Orlando. A simple photograph. We raised $2,200 for charity for this image. Here's their mayor, San Francisco mayor. I shot this with fisheye. People say you can't do a portrait with fisheye. Well, there it is. Chamber of Commerce say, we want something different, Hanson. This is Willie Brown. He's been photographed by everybody. Okay, Hanson, how could I do something different? Nobody done a fisheye portrait. Yes, I crop it square, but he's African American. There's two 4x6 light on the far right. There's an edge light on the far left. Two more studio pack on straight up. I'm probably doing about 10,000 watts of power. But does it look natural?
Yep.
That's what you have to do. So I go from simplicity of a window light to photographing more complicated situation. But the foundation I'm going to share with you is learn how to dance slowly. Because I remember me when I started, I did not know. And it's kind of fun to share back now at this stage of my career. I could give you back what other people have shared with me. So, first thing I would tell you that in photography when I was young and started photographing people, I don't know anything, but I do know how to do this. If people, and this is what I learned, if people like you, they like the photograph. I remember when I did a wedding, they haven't seen, this is film, they haven't seen one image. They say, Hanson, you're a great photographer. Because they like your personality. Now, I think a month ago we did their wedding, and they said, you're a great photographer. That was digital. They haven't seen anything. So basic people skill, smile. It can't hurt. Next thing I would tell you is education. What you don't know, or you will never know. Come to all these events from Canon, you know, because we had Canon Live Learn. This is who brought me here and B&H. And I like the price. I didn't realize they're charging nothing. I wish that they were in San Francisco. But Canon Live Learning, check them out. It's always free education. And I'm one of the Canon Explorer Lite. And if you like what you see, tell them. Okay, equipment. Choosing the right camera and lighting equipment. This is what I carry. I carry a 5D 3 and a 7D, 85 1.2 lens, and then 3 zooms, 16-35, 24 to 105, and 7200. Now, in my opinion, every photographer have to have 2 lenses, a medium zoom and a long zoom. Here's a 24 to 70 2.8 or 24 to 105 f4. They both are medium zoom. One is 2.8, one is f4. There's 3/4 pound difference. Sometimes you might need a longer throw, or you need the 2.8. The big question is this: the 7200 2.8 or 7200 f4. It's 2 pound different. The 7200 f4 is extremely sharp. I use that all the time because I'm going to Europe. That's what I'm carrying. I'm carrying 2 lenses to Europe: 24 105 and a 7200 f4, and a tripod. Okay. Now, how many have the 7200 2.8 Okay, you know it's not sharp, right? It's nasty sharp. It's scary sharp. It's called Photoshop sharp. It's too sharp, in my opinion. But if you need that 2.8, there's nothing like that lens. But is it light or heavy? I'm just telling you, let the body talk to you. Your body start hurting. Be careful. Now, what I do recommend, when you buy, you use a longer lens, make sure you have what we call a vertical grip. If you're shooting vertical, if you hold it this, you're damaging your arm. Make sure you have vertical grip so you hold your camera like this. Your picture will be sharper and you're protecting your body. I'm just warning you right now because you could hurt yourself and you don't know it. Have you ever photographed at the end of the day your fingers all red because you hold the camera so tight? That means you don't have proper grip. I have all these lenses, and when I need 2.8 lens, I will use a 2.8, but I found that 90% of my type of work, I don't need 2.8. So find what works for you. My favorite is 24-105 and 7200 f4. Now, event photographer, I do recommend that you should consider a camera with 2 cards. How long does a flash card last? Nobody knows. Buy the best card you could afford. I use the Delcom card, the 1000X. I put 228 gig card when I'm shooting. I will never shoot a job more than that. It's the fastest card Delcom made, but it have 2 cards, so I have both cards writing at the same time. That's Hanson Fong insurance policy. I don't know what's your insurance policy, because nobody knows how long a card lasts. But buy the best card, and the product I use is Delcom. If you're a digital photographer, you have to, first rule of thumb is don't shoot in auto white balance. Shoot in set menu, sunny, foggy, whatever. But then you shoot a color checker, take a picture of that, and you use I use the Lightroom, use the neutral eye drop, and touch the gray. The color is perfect. Auto white balance, every image can be different. By shooting the same known value, you take one photograph, you use the eyedropper and just touch this, and your picture is perfectly color balanced, and you batch. Next thing you do is that there's a scale here. This is cool, this is warm. You want your picture to say warmer, you press the blue, and there's different level of blue, and your picture can be warmer, warmer, warmer. So the secret word is batch. You don't want to do one at a time. You want to collect all one time. So I recommend the color checker, and then I also recommend your color monitor. Calibrate your monitor. And I use the Color Monkey. So if you're a digital photographer, this is something that you should have. How's that? Otherwise, you don't know what your color look like. Now, flash. I use the 600 RT flash. Right to the bottom, you see that's called the Lumidyne X. That's a power booster. When you're shooting, as your battery get weaker, recycle a little bit slower, I just stick that in and it keep the battery. It's super lightweight. If I shoot really intense, I use a battery pack. I try to carry the lightest as I could go with. This is Meter and Pocket Wizard, which is the wireless system that I use. Again, it's Iconic meter. They are the best meter. And I've been using Pocket Wizard for at least 15 years, maybe 20. I have every version since they came out. It worked every time. It fired every time. So I need gear that's reliable. This is what it is. And this is the Camera Ranger. This is how you create a portable Wi-Fi anywhere. You go to the middle desert and you can shoot Wi-Fi. You don't need to find Wi-Fi out there. This will create its own Wi-Fi. And they were at the Java show, so I am positive B&H carried this product. Talk to them. Once you shoot, it takes 3 seconds to pop into your iPad. And you see a nice big 8x10. Also, you can fire it remotely with the iPad, fire your camera too. So something that's kind of pretty cool, because this is what you show your clients, not your little viewfinder. So that's the equipment list. Now, this is the posing block. This is what my mom made for me about 20 years ago. Because when I became a teacher, I had to pose people. We used to carry wooden blocks. When you travel, wooden block doesn't work. So I'm going to demonstrate that live. Okay, as we walk in, I came in to visit you. I'm shaking your hand and smile. I'm analyzing your face. I'm looking at your eyes. I'm looking at your nose. I'm looking at your mouth. I don't say that. I'm looking for a problem in your face. Remember, when I started photography, there's no Photoshop, so I need to correctly analyze your face. So when you look at a photograph, here's Scarlett, one of the most beautiful women in the world. Photography shot with short lens. Look at her nose. Same magazine, proper lens. Compare. So which one will you go out with?
Both.
Okay, so I think that's undateable, and definitely that's dateable. So the camera could really ruin the face if you're not doing it correctly, and she's gorgeous. Now, Matt Damon, flash on the camera. He's holding a magazine. Look at the magazine photograph. One big eye, one small eye. His jawline on the far right is really small. Jawline is left is very big. He added light to his big side, so it looked even bigger. His narrow side, he put a shadow. It creates slimness. Now, in commercial world, that's okay. But in portrait world, we want to make the face as symmetrical as possible. So to me, this is not a successful photograph if I had to show this to my mom. Look at this young lady. Very masculine. Other side, very soft. Compare. Which one do you think she would prefer? Maybe for business, she want to look more masculine. Maybe for a husband, she want more soft. So this is how powerful when we analyze the face. Head tilt, 1978. A photographer from New Jersey taught me this. A gentleman named Joe Selzman. 1978. He spent one day, one long 8-hour day teaching how to tilt the head to the low shoulder and the high shoulder. What that is that this is tilt the head to the low shoulder, and this is tilt the head to the high shoulder. I said, that was the most boring class. I paid $400 for a week-long class, and one day we spent just learning this. 35 years later, guess what I'm teaching? I didn't realize how incredible amount of power, just how you tilt the head. So when you tilt your head to the low shoulder, it's considered soft. So when you look at my image, look where the head is tilting to. Here's the Mona Lisa look again. It's soft. The head tilt soft, with glamour lighting behind. It's soft. Even the gentlemen look good. Gentlemen only look good neutral and low shoulder. Nice smile, but it's a soft photograph. Look at the head. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So we saw the body. Now we look at the head. Now the head tilts just the opposite direction to the high shoulder. It's for elegant. You see this in fashion world a lot. You always tilt the head to the high shoulder. In fashion magazine, they want that mood. So the head tilt changed the mood of the photograph. So you see the mood been changed, just how you move the head. Now it looked like her head tilted low shoulder. Now this is high shoulder. I'm doing for you. Watch this. It's still tilted to high shoulder. So the head got two positions, low and high. High shoulder. So simple as that technique, that's you're learning foundation of body movement. Positioning the body. This is Deanna and Abby. I was their godparents, did their parents' wedding. She worked for me in high school for 2 years. One day, she came back to my studio and said, Uncle Hanson, I'm getting married. What's fascinating, because she worked for me, he said, please photograph my wedding. But he said, but I don't want none of that stuff that you're known for posing. Excuse me? You know? So I always do an engagement photograph. I took the picture they want. I did what they want. But I always do what I want. So you look at this photograph, she's looking right at you. Perfect lighting, hair lighting. And she's smiling. She liked that. And then I say, hug your woman. Perfect lighting. She liked that. I said, look at each other, laughing. She loved that. Then say, walk toward me. Camera 7200 servo. Click, 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 click. Perfect lighting, perfect expression. And you know what she said? My hip looked big. They didn't care about lighting, posing. My hip looked big. I said, Deanna, you told me you want all these fun shots. Yeah. How about the one that I shot for you? The 75. I didn't like that. I like everything except that one. I say, well, you didn't want me to pose you. I do this, hold each other hand, we walk, look at each other, click, click, click. The hip is square to the camera. This is the widest point. Ever want these camera movement shots? I do it. So how do model walk? They don't walk straight at you. They always cut across as they walk. You ever see that in a fashion model?
Yes, I do, yeah.
They're changing their hip as they walk. They know how to make the body look good. But this really taught me a lesson is that it wasn't the lighting, it wasn't the expression. Either they like the way they look, or they don't like the way they look. So I now know how to handle. When I do walking shot, I say knee across this way. I learned that watching fashion models, that how they change the body. And I will use Photoshop and liquefy. So here's a beautiful Victoria walking toward me. She's two large people. So all you have to do, basic posing, put the man in the front and the woman looked in. Pretty easy, right? So we look at this photograph. The bride's very large. Guess who's in the front? Does she look good? I did my job. Now, we got double A. what we call model grade quality. The man looked good and the woman looked good. Guess what? Everything gonna work. Do you get that all the time? No. So, a real good sample now. This is my wife right here, Annette. We were dating at this time. That's her. So we were, she's a tough woman, trust me. So we had a camera on a tripod, my carbon fiber tripod. I had my 24-105, nobody to photograph me. Click! And turn and smile at the camera. You ever done that, right? I didn't realize she squared her shoulder to the camera. I can't, as a photographer, I direct your body. Turn, do this, do this. Now I'm part of the photograph. I didn't realize she turned. So her shoulder looked big. That's the Hanson golden rule. You don't do things like that, but I can't tell. So what's important about this photograph? I still look good. I knew that you turned. I just knew that. But I can't, if I saw what she's doing, I said, turn. But I can't see it because I don't have an eye looking down. So you always understand that you're a director and just your vision. So, click, time to look good. Technique how to make people look good. So I have a very simple rule in photography. It's called a golden rule. You got to learn this. You want to be successful just photographing people. I have 3 rules. Rule number 1, the woman look good. Pretty simple. Gentlemen, you understand that? Rule number 2,
Look good.
women look good. And the third rule is not true, right. The man paid for it. Guys, you don't care. Women's are very detailed. So on our wedding day, this is our official wedding photograph. Look at my wife's shoulder. Rudy, my good friend here, lit up the whole room for me. Had one light from behind, and you could see the edge light. That's Rudy. Then he had another light came across to have a shadow. Rudy is a master photographer from New York that moved to California. He set up the lights. Jamie Hay was photographing. I was posing myself because I know how to pose. And Jamie said, turn. He said, and that wouldn't turn. Because I knew what he was doing. He was making me bigger. He said, move. I said, I didn't want to move. I taught Jamie. He said, so he made me bigger. So guess who looks smaller? But the bottom line, we do both look good. But compare her shoulder. When I show you the basic body position, you better understand that because nobody wants to look heavy. So, the classic 10 pose. This is what can make the difference. We're going to do some live demonstration for you after this. So we look at the 10 pose. Look at it. It doesn't seem like a lot, but I'm going to demonstrate these poses. Just look at it. Okay, it doesn't seem like a lot. 1985, I received my master of photography. I took my mom to Illinois, Chicago, and after my degree, he said, son, congratulations on your master, but you're not a master till you can make me look good. I go, what? I finally realized something. I'm a mama boy. When she said jump, I jump. She modeled for me for so much, but when I enter in competition, I enter model grade people. I know how to make good looking people look great, but I did not know how to make an average person look great. So it was scary. I realized how little I know. So I started inventing a technique called body blocking. And I'm going to demonstrate that for you right now. Okay, now first rule of thumb, if you're a photographer, how many eyes do you have? Should be 1. Normal people have 2. Now, quick sample. Slightly turn toward me, honey. On this side, I can walk toward you 2 inches. Look at us, I'm going back. It doesn't seem like a lot, does it? Now, this is what the camera sees. Put one hand over your eye. It's easy to put your hand over your eye, not this. Now, I'm going to come toward you. I'm going to step back. She just lost 20 pounds. anything that comes closer to the camera will be bigger. So we are neutral. By walking forward, I look big and she looks small. So you got to see everything with one eye as a photographer. That's what the camera sees. How you get dimension and shape is lighting coming from the side. Now, there's 3 positions of the body you need to learn. What I did for you is called neutral position. We're even. I go forward, I go back. Now, if she was a large woman, if you look with one eye, how much do you see of her? Very little. Now, if I was a large man, been eating well, how much of the stomach do you see of me? See, but whatever comes toward the camera will be big. She's blocking my stomach. I'm blocking her stomach. Pretty simple, right? Now, I'm going to teach you the classic 10 pose. First pose is basic pose, just hold, like you're dating, hold each other's hand, and look at pretty simple. I could walk forward, I could walk back, the way I show you. Then we put arm around each other's back. Hold each other's hand, pretty simple, like this, like this. Pretty simple, but look at our stomach. Do you see anything hidden? It doesn't hide anything. I need to hide that stomach. By putting my hand, showing off her ring, and you look with one eye, it's in front of my stomach. That hide a little bit of my stomach. Honey, you need a bigger ring. So, as my stomach gets bigger, I hide more of my stomach. Now, you're seeing everything with one eye. You're not seeing with 2 eyes. You know, the angle is not right there, you know. Okay, next pose, I'll show this direction. Okay, now I love this photograph. It hides more of my stomach. But you look at my photograph, it's also an oval feature. Now, then I got really big. How much is my stomach showing? Less, right? Now, my stomach now overflowing. So I need to put my hand in front of my stomach. That block all my stomach. What happened? We had 2 large stomach. Turn to the back, lean forward. What stomach? Now I'm going to show you 2 more things. If you just, okay, look at my body. Leg cutting across, I look small. This is half length. I open my arm, boom, now I look big. I could change my body depending who I'm with. I can make my body big or I make my body small. Now, as you realize, I'm bigger than her. So, in basic, now you look with one eye, do we both look good? Okay, if she was big, what do you see?
Just you.
Nothing. So if she was extra large, watch this. Go behind. No, come out a little bit more. How big do I look with one eye? How big does she look small? Now watch, reverse the feet. No, only me. Put your hand right here, top.
Well,
No.
I have no clue.
Right
I'm
arm.
not very good posing.
Now you see both the body. Just how you move the leg, I could change the body form. Thank you.
No, I do.
I'm going to show you group posing now. That's coming next. First of all, is everybody okay? Because this is fast knowledge. Okay? I want to show you one more thing. How tall are you?
With heels,
Yes.
5'8".
Okay, can I have you stand up? I want to show you one thing why things work and things does not work. Have anybody studied some class on posing or read some article on posing? Have you read that? Now, first thing I look is the A and B. You're A, I'm a B. I'm bigger than you. Then I look at her shoulder. I'll put arm around each other. Lean your head toward me. Do our head look good? No. Right? Why? There's a pressure point right here that you never saw. Now, I'm going to show you one real simple technique that a lot of people don't realize and nobody talk about. We put arm on each other's back. We are bumping right here. Do you feel it? Okay, put our head together. It does not look good because we're the same height. Now, if I was taller, I'll step on my blocks. Now come your head toward me. Does the back of the head look good now?
No.
So now the front look good because uneven height. Because once we even height, there's a pressure point. We don't look good anymore.
Oh, wow, that was great.
So nobody ever can tell you that. Is that everybody teach you a pose, but nobody ever teach you the concept because the arm is smashing each other in the back. So the posing, if we had to pose, I would do what we call escort pose, like this, because the body is not connected. But we are connected, but we're not. We do like this pose. This is casual. This is formal. I would never do this right away because your height. I knew the height was the same. I would not do that pose. So when you see Hanson phone work, I know the answer before I even start, because just by your height. So those are tips that I want to share with you, why things work, why things doesn't work, why Hanson looks so good on stage, because I know the answer already. I know what does not work. So here's my niece and ex-boyfriend, they model for me. Okay, the man's back, so he's small, his head got small. Look at the eyes, the same height. Does the woman look good? Does the man look good? People always select because of expression, but the man should look positive and the woman should look elegant. So, legendary Monty taught me the front person eye should be approximately where the next person's mouth is. So compare the different. Which one feel better to you? That's how they look like. I put my blocks underneath, and that's how I get that picture. Now, if you oppose 2 people, guess what? You do 3 people, you could do 4 people, you do 5 people. Once you have the same height, you can't build out. You're in trouble already, so you have to create uneven height. So, you see a family. Dad look good, mom look good, children is wonderful, but they haven't grown to the proper size yet. So now you look at mom and dad. The shoulder is bumping now. And, you know, okay, child's not the right height, so compare. How I did it, they were on blocks. That's how I did it. Pass it around. This is what I carry in every job. Just super lightweight block. It's a foam block with a plastic layer on each underneath and then wrapping around it. It comes in a real lightweight case. When you look at my photograph and where I learned this from, these are 30-year-old already. Wooden block will work. Guess what? It's heavy. For the studio, it's great. You don't worry about it. You go on location, pretty hard to carry. So this is how it comes in different size, different shape. We call it a Hanson Easy Step. You're interested, just talk to us a little later. So on location shooting, I did this in Honolulu. Dad's 6'3". Okay? So mom can't touch the floor. I raised the little daughter up. Dad's on his knee. So you see step, step, step how I shot it. So I'm giving you a solution to the world is not perfect. You make it best as you can. And that's how you do a simple family picture like that. Here's mom with children. How many blocks I have to use? I did full length, but I like to show the face. I don't want to show sometimes so much of the body, so you get a nice photograph. Let's do a quick family group pose. Okay, here's a family. I can see the strong resemblance. Okay, first thing I look at is mom. Who want to be mom? Your mom. Who's your daddy? Select one. Okay. Okay, then I tell you I base everything on mom. You know that. I look at mom. Is she my show-off piece? Is she an A?
Yeah.
I would say this is my 3 A's. How's that? Okay, first thing I'm gonna do is brag. I see uneven height. Dad, come forward just a little bit. Okay, just relax. Can you just escort one arm? Put your hand in your pocket. Okay, turn a little bit. Move your feet. Look at me. Lean in. No, let her come to you. See the difference? There's your picture. Boom, mom and dad done. Now I have to add height-wise. Annette stand right here. Now her body's being blocked. You notice that by using daddy. Boom. Number one son, come close. Turn bigger. Hand in your pocket. I have my triangle. I need you come right into your mom. Same height. Okay. No, well, same height. Okay, now this side looked great. This side looked crappy. So this doesn't look right here. Does this look better?
Yeah.
They're showing the same height.
You're close. You see, it doesn't look good. I need my block. You balance. Come out just a little bit. Okay. Look at me, Ever. Take a deep breath. Ever lean in. I'll do a nice half-length photograph. The two men will be in the corner. And a simple photograph. Next, I will do a chair pose. Relax. That's one photograph. Half-length. So I carry posing chair outside even. Same concept. Triangle. Say this is a family 3. This is, okay. Lean in, look at me. That's a triangle, 3 people. Now we're at the 4th person. Now, you stand on that. Okay, put your arm behind his back. So now you see it. Does everyone see a diamond? Okay. This, be careful, she's tough. Here's your Nike, look this way. Turn bigger, lean in. Here's your Nike swish. Guys, look up carefully. That's your Nike swish. Here's your triangle. Okay, look at me. Taller, you be taller. Lean in, and there's your family. Mom's to hit this way. Perfect half-length shot. There you go. So once you learn that, you say, I got to do what we call separation posing. Uneven height for 2 people. Here's the triangle I talk about. Here's a diamond. You see it. This is a DVD that comes with a posing block. It just teaches you all this step, step, step. Here's your W pose. Here's your M pose. Okay, you're outdoor in the park. Let's do creating triangle. Here's 4 people. Here's 5 people. You can't see the block, right? It's all invisible. It's all behind. So as you see the group shot, he's sitting on a block. He's back knees on a block. He's on a block. He's on a block. He's in a block. This is what I do when I do outdoor in the park. So here's a job that I just did about a month ago. There's a posing block. Guess who had to be there? The tallest person. That is going to be Dad. Then I put Mom. Number 1 son, daughter. Now finish it up in a little bit of Photoshop, and that's the final image. But this is called separation, where I don't have to put them all together. Does it look casual? Yeah, I could do that. You have any question, Hanson Fong at smugmug.com. Interested in contact me or my website, this is it. You look at my product, you look at that line too. Okay, now lighting. First choice of lighting is natural light. That is your first choice all the time. I love natural lighting when I can find it. So children, I found nice soft lighting. Nice expression, pose number 1. Okay, wedding, natural light, sun's from behind. So wedding, the sun's behind. Now I consider natural light is, sometimes I have a reflector. That's to consider natural light. Beautiful window light portrait. This one a Canon image used last year. This is called a 2 dirt view. Every woman in the room looks good at 2 dirt. It slims you down. This is the number 1 angle at photograph female, 2 dirt. Older people, same thing. Sun's behind, just bouncing off a white. The house is pretty close, it bounces off the wall. It's natural light. It's very comfortable. Now, flash fill. I use this all the time for one reason. Okay, guys, perfect lighting here, but they want the background here. They see a pretty background. I say, no, just step over here. It's perfect. No, we want that background. I guarantee you, I can find perfect lighting anywhere, but a lot of times people select the background. They want, I like that background. I like that background. Then you need to do flash fill, some kind of thing, the additive light. So here's a cover I did for CD. So that's all natural light. With 1 flash, I got that. So that's flash fill. I like to bounce off the flash. The flash have a small one. It's too small. But the one that I made for myself, one side is pink, one side is white. Think about this. As commercial photographer, we always gel our light. When we're shooting outside, guess what? Blue sky, gray sky, green grass, green plant, it gives you a green cast. So I bounce off a warm light. So it gives that skin glow. It gives like a slight pink. That's why my picture have this really high warming look to it. So one side's warm, one side's white. When I shoot inside, you gotta shoot white. Because I have tendency to drag the shutter speed lower, pick up the ambient light. It's white enough. But once you go outside, it's not warm enough. So I put warming gel color on my card. So, beautiful photograph. Your eye see detail that it doesn't see. Flash fill to the left. Look at her hair. Nice facial lighting, but the hair doesn't look good. So I put, boom, I put an air flash behind the hair. Combine that together. Before and after. So I have two flash now, one in the back, one in the front. So that's the final photograph. Now look at this, natural light. The sun's behind, one flash. I love lighting from behind because it's just got that warm feeling. So before and after, you can see the difference. Okay, wedding, very quick about wedding. If you want to be a wedding photographer, you need to create style. What style are you? Are you classically trained? Are you more casual? Are you more edgy? What do you want to do? I like movement. I love movement of the body. Coming toward you, walking away. Fisheye portrait, click. That shoot between the bride and dad head. Capture moments. That's a 200, from a fisheye to a 200 millimeter, I carry two bodies. Little moments like this. They love to hear this line, I capture a story, the hair, and they're gone. That's what a photographer do. You want to be a wedding photographer. You work hard. You work hard. Position yourself for opportunity to win. You want to be a wedding photographer? On life. Position yourself. Midnight in the wedding. Groom is drunk. I got to do a Hanson picture, but he wouldn't give me time. There's an open bar. Have you ever gone to any party like that? Now, the arm around each other back. She's not tall enough. Guess what? She's on the block. My light in the step, my block so it doesn't fall over. This is called a tripod. 15 millimeter tripod, shooting fisheye. I generally take, looking at a camera, kiss. I did first shot, click, I got it. The second shot, boom. The third shot about the kiss, the guy said, I'm done. He walked away from me. He can't see what I was trying to do for him. The first two shots, I got this picture for him. That's a fisheye. He didn't realize how powerful the picture. The next picture says, just kiss. But that's how the life of world photography. You will not get everything you want. I am driven to create order out of chaos. That's in the world of life. But in photography, sometimes it's even more. Here's a wedding we did. Here's my vampire shot. I had Louise Masseau, my second photographer. I shot this with 24 millimeter. She had a 200 millimeter. Different angle. You want to be a wedding photographer? It should be a two-man team or two-person team. Then this happened. Didn't see that coming. I wasn't ready, but I took all the credit. But that's how you want to be a photographer, I work as a team. I never shoot by myself. Ever want to do wind shot? This is Cape Cod last year. Wind is blowing. I'm working. Things are not good. It didn't get any better. So we all tell you how easy it is. It's fun, but it's not easy. So finally, bam, I shot through, on bright sunlight, I shot through the veil to soften light. Bam, I shot through that. Then I say kiss, bam. But I need to do a Hanson shot. That's what Hanson's famous for. So I'm kissing, and I have my assistant in the bomb holding the veil. Come on, wind, come on, wind, come on, wind. So kiss, 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 come on, wind, come on, wind. And the wind came up, and there's a heart. So, but the fun part is you see someone holding the veil, but I'm cropping it. This is a trademark for Hanson. I always do a veil shot, a heart shot. So that's a Hanson shot. I'm famous because my teacher taught me, a gentleman named Rocky Gunn. So look at, so the wind blew up and click, look at each other, the bird or electronic. But does it look good?
It's good.
The rule is to win in battle. It's not easy, but you position yourself for opportunity. When we fall in love with our passion, we create magic. I always do it hard. Planning for years, sour rice. You're planning for a decade, plant tree. You're planning for a lifetime, educate people. I've been very fortunate that I had a lot of great teachers that taught me. Hanson copied from everybody, guys. And I just relearned different technique from different teachers to be who I am. Education. What you don't know, you don't know. Please come back to Bean Age. Because when they say for free, it doesn't get better than that. And I would say, when you're ready to learn, your teacher will appear. Again, this is Canon Live Learning. I appreciate that you're here. I hope you had a great time. And you need to contact me for anything, hansonfong@smugmug.com. Okay, thank you for your time.
Whether you're a hobbyist or a professional, B&H has the answers to your questions. Experience a world of technology at our New York City Superstore. Connect with us online or give us a call. Our staff of experts is happy to help.